This is Jack and this is Mike. Jack is short and Mike is tall. Jack is shorter than Mike. Mike is taller than Jack. We often need to compare different things and people. And to do this, we use comparative adjectives. For example, smaller, bigger, taller, shorter. If the adjective has only one syllable, we make its comparative form by adding the suffix er, short, shorter. And if the adjective has a short vowel and a consonant at the end, we need to double the consonant, big, bigger. More examples: small, smaller, tall, taller, old, older, hot, hotter.
Make the comparative and the superlative. Study the following rules. Rule number 1. Add er to form the comparative and est to form the superlative of adjectives with one syllable. For example, small has one syllable. Small, smaller, smallest. Another example. Thin is a one-syllable word. Thin, thinner, thinnest.
There are some special cases related to the use of comparative adjectives. If it's a two and more syllable adjective ending in y, you can make its comparative form by changing y into I and adding the suffix er. Easy, easier. Easy, easier. Lazy, lazier. Happy, happier. Funny, funnier.
Rule number 2. Add to form the comparative and est to form the superlative of many two-syllable adjectives. For example, lazy is a two-syllable word. Lazy, lazier, laziest. Another example, angry. Angry is a two-syllable adjective. To form the comparative, we say angrier. To form the superlative, we say angriest. Rule number 3. If and est sound awkward with a two-syllable adjective, use more and most or less and least. For example, handsome. Handsomer sounds awkward. For that reason, we say more handsome and most handsome. Another example, active. Active is a two-syllable adjective. Active in the comparative becomes less active, and in the superlative it becomes least active. Rule number 4. Always use more and most or less and least to form the comparative and superlative forms of adjectives of 3 or more syllables. For example, hardworking. Hardworking. Hardworking is a 3-syllable adjective, and for that reason, the comparative is more hardworking and the superlative is most hardworking. Another example, likable. Likable is a 3-syllable adjective, and for that reason, its comparative form is less likable and the superlative is least likable.
Jack is a good speaker. Mike is not a very good speaker. Jack is a better speaker than Mike. Some adjectives have irregular forms: good, better, bad, worse, far, further, or farther. For example, Paris is further from here than Berlin. Today the weather is better. My car is worse than Jack's.
The word that we would use, all, is better. A small ice cream cone is good. That's nice. You get vanilla ice cream on there. That would be good. Oh, but if you had 2 scoops of ice cream, that would be better. So we have good and better. But what if we had this ice cream cone? Look at that. That would be the best. It has the same sound on the end of the word, but we don't say goodest. So we have good, better, and best. Usually, when we say best, we say the. Like 1 ice cream is good, the double scoop is better, but the big one is the best. Best. Let's look at another one. Remember, we're going to compare these adjectives. Bad. Oh, look at that car. It's bad. It's got a cracked windshield. Yesterday, we learned to put on the end of the word. Better. No, that's not a word in English. We would say worse. Worse. The red car is bad. That green car with the steam coming out of the engine, that would be worse. And this one is the worst. There's a tree, and it is far from me. It's not close to me, it's far. Well, we wouldn't say farer. That's not a word in English. We don't say farer. That tree is farther. It almost sounds like farer, doesn't it? But we say, oh, that tree is farther. One tree is far. The next tree, well, that's farther away. But then this one, way back there, that's the farthest. The farthest.
Mike and Kate are 25 years old. Jack is 14. So Mike is as young as Kate. And Jack is not as young as Mike and Kate. To make an equal comparison, we use the formula as, adjective as. For example, Mike is as young as Kate, or its negative variant, not as, adjective as. Jack is not as young as Mike and Kate.